Hey, I'm Kirk Mona. Welcome to Shady Bonsai. Today, what's this all about? I started my bonsai journey about 25 years ago when I got my first tree. Didn't know what I was doing, kept it inside, made all those beginner mistakes. And of course, it and many other trees died along the journey to trying to figure some of this out. Got a little more serious maybe a little over a decade ago. Started joining our local club, learning more about what I was doing, working on my collection and on my knowledge of how to keep these trees alive. At the time, I was living in St. Paul, Minnesota, in a yard that I could only describe as the surface of the sun. There was so much sunlight. I was having to rig up all kinds of shade cloth to try to give my plants some shade. And because of my job, my day job, my 9 to 5 is that I am a professional interpretive naturalist. I actually get paid to teach people about nature. It's an amazing job. But that job is a bit further west. So we packed the whole family up and moved to the western side of the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. And this is where I live now. It is a beautiful place, a yard that has all kinds of stonework and decades of plants that have been put in. It's also extremely shady. And so the problem is that first winter when I moved, leading up to the move, obviously been really busy getting the house ready to sell, so probably neglected my trees a bit. Moving is itself stressful for trees. And then once we got to this beautiful new space, probably neglected the trees again because we were again busy on getting our house all set up and ready. Combining that with a really bad hot summer and an exceptionally cold winter, and 1 year from having moved into this home, none of my trees were alive. And that was pretty hard to take, losing these trees that you spend so much time developing, so much time thinking about, staring at, contemplating. They become kind of like friends, and losing all of them was really hard. So it took about 5 years or so for me to sort of get over that, and then the itch kind of came back of, I got to get back into this. I got to get my hands dirty. I got to get back into bonsai. The problem is that this yard is much, much shadier than I ever anticipated when I came to live here. I think at the most I maybe get 3 hours of sunlight in one little spot. And so I'm having to restart my journey, restart my learning. Sure, a lot of the wiring principles are the same, a lot of the soil principles and things are the same, but the species are different. There's not a lot of species that we work with that are really shade-loving species. So that's the journey I'm on right now. I'm on the journey of finding out what species will grow here in the shade. How do I treat them differently? And what do I need to do to be able to keep trees alive in this new setting that I find myself in? So I'm bringing you along on the journey. We're going to be looking at different species I'm trying out, and they're all experiments to see what's going to happen. They're not amazing, magnificent, expensive trees because I know I'm going to lose a bunch of them on this journey as we find out what this microbiome of my yard is like and what will survive here. So I hope you'll join me on this journey over the course of years as we find out what grows here. This is Shady Bonsai.